Okay guys, I'm here today with Junny, huge honor for me. Guys, Junny is a black belt from Murilo Santana and one of the main instructors at Unity Jiu-Jitsu in New York City. And Murilo is such a legend, and you're pretty much like the right hand of Murilo at this point, right?
Small right hand. Yes.
Yeah. And guys, he has been doing an awesome job competing like gi, no gi, super fights, everything, and also teaching. And he has beaten some of the toughest guys in the no-gi game, like Joe Martinez, for example, and many others. And today he's gonna show us here one of his favorite passings for no-gi, and he also just shot an entire instructions all about guard passing for no-gi. So I'm super excited to learn from him.
I'm super excited as well. Okay, so we're gonna start from the knee shield position.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go in here. Like we wanted to do a knee cut, but they always put the knee shield in. And what I like to look for here is when this knee comes off center with this shoulder. So normally, if it's playing open guard, it's not there's not that much space. But normally, when they do the knee shield, this comes off center, and they do a nice frame, and this frame comes in here. What I like to do from here is I like to push pressure, and then punch this across, tricep, grab the tricep, pull my forearm, my frame of my forearm into the side of his rib cage while I crunch. And what ends up happening here is almost for sure the reaction is he's going to extend the shin into my hip flexor, and he's going to keep me away. At the same time he does it, I shin cut out, I cup the head, and then there's multiple things we could do here. I can walk in front, I can step around for the arm lock, I can, once we're in here, I stuff, I catch, I can go around towards the back take, transfer to the Kimura,
Man, that's awesome.
back take, sequences all off that, just one underhook in the
one very little detail that opened up so many doors, like
yeah.
Yeah.
This one thing, usually this happens very well, even if they play a kind of open guard,
Yep.
where they kind of don't put it on the shin,
Yep.
on the hip frame, I can still always bait, and then stuff. Once I catch this, every sequence after this is based off this. As long as I can keep him crunched, and then he extends and I time it, or there's going to be one or two things that happen. He extends into my hip flex, my hip bone, and this will stop me if I stay still. But if I shin cut out, I'll be able to come around, or I'll be able to turn my knee in, put my hand around, make sure that this frame goes into space, and then now I can go back into that knee cut.
Man, that's awesome.
And then I can go right into that space without him framing into the side of my hip.
Oh, Junny, man, what fascinates me so much about Jiu-Jitsu is exactly this. Like, so this is a position that I love playing all my life, but it's such a different detail that you're showing here, like how you stuff the arm.
You're essentially kind of forcing, like if they did straight, you're kind of forcing like a little bit of a Kimura going on, like a shoulder lock. If they keep the arms, like if you keep and time it right above the crook of the elbow and then go to the tricep, it's very hard for them to stop this, right?
No, and how your elbow is placed here as well, like everything is so well connected, so tight, and then
this is the wedge that will pull me in and then force them to extend.
And if I try to get out over here,
if you try to get out there, I'm already tight enough.
Okay, man, that's amazing.
So anytime they bring this out, like if they relax, my stomach will trap the shin, and then I go around the shoulder blade and I stay tight and I cook them very slow, and I don't move too much so that I don't make space and they gotta kind of like freak out.
No, and I like it because it's almost like one of the biggest, in my opinion, one of the biggest mysteries in Jiu-Jitsu is your instructor, Murilo Santana.
Yeah.
So everybody talks about how he's the toughest guy that they ever train with, and including like Leandro Low would tell me that all the time. And I think like Murilo's game on top is all about that, right? It's all about like closing the gaps and
the little stuff, the millimeters, how he says it, the millimeters.
Almost like a scientist, you know, like he figures out the very small place that, and I feel like that's what you are doing, but on your style, right?
Yeah.
Like
I think Murilo has really like he's mentored me a lot, so a lot of his stuff comes to me, but I kind of just combine these little things with my knee cutting style, because Murilo is such a good pressure tripod passer.
And
I'm more of like a knee cut, but using his little wedges and the middle millimeters.
No, the last time when we visited you in New York City and I met him, I told him like that I heard about him doing one thing that I started doing in training and kind of changing my game a little. I heard that many times when he's going to train someone that is very good with grips, he starts with his hand behind. So nowadays, when I go train for someone that I know that they want to grab my left hand, for example, I put my left hand behind it and I force them to do different stuff. So how is training under Murilo, Johnny?
Training under Murilo is really awesome. I mean, it's been a long ride, and he expects the highest standards of you. So he pays attention to detail. He makes you earn everything. But by doing that, he creates you what we think is like the right jiu-jitsu, good jiu-jitsu. So
I can see that on your game.
That you can go anywhere and you can fight anyone as long as you show up and do the right thing.
Any rules, any style.
Any rules, any style. He trains.
Yeah, that's exactly how he is.
I think a lot of people think I'm versed in just no-gi, but Murilo has made sure I've been fighting gi since it started, and though I'm competing very much in the no-gi scene, but I am a black belt in Murilo, and he makes sure that you understand everything about gi jiu-jitsu.
No, I got it. And the way you teach jiu-jitsu as well, I think it's very like methodical, very like focus on details, on concepts. I bet Murilo is like that.
Murilo, that's a huge thing about Murilo. He had me teaching since I was early on. So I was always teaching, but when I came to him, he really would teach, and he would come in and I would teach the class, and he would come in and he would ask me questions in front of the whole class to see where my mind would go, and he'd make sure I pay attention to the small details. So his attention to detail rubbed off on me, and that's the way I like to teach. I not only do what I want to teach, but I want to show why the move actually works, what tension comes behind it, and not just like, oh, you do this and you do this. There has to be a reason why you do them.
No, and I can see that with you teaching, and I really love it, this position, like where you stuff there. I had never thought about it, but it makes so much sense, and it's so, I felt it, like every single gap is closer when you do that.
Almost always when you do that one underhook to that pass, almost for sure you get it the first time, you get it the second time, and after that they start paying attention, and then it opens up something else, because now they're keeping that elbow and they're paying attention to that.
Just one more time, Johnny, just finish. You don't even need to teach, just like the full move, just so everybody can see. So that's awesome. Yeah, and there are so many options that you can use.
The most option depends on what you like.
No, that's great.
Kimura, trap, break, straight to the back take, leg entanglements, everything that you think. There's just that one sequence will load everything.
No, that's amazing. Yeah, so guys, Junny just shot this entire structure all about guard passing no gi, and it's going to be at bjjfanatics.com soon, so make sure to check that out, and maybe by the time you're watching, it's already there. So thanks so much, Junny. Please help me out to grow my YouTube channel. Just click subscribe, and to watch more videos, just click under see more videos. I hope you enjoyed.
BJJFanatics.com. Use the promo code YouTubeFaria to get 10% off any instructional video. Improve your jiu-jitsu faster.